Hear that? Believe it or not, summer is just around the corner. Luckily, Armor All, America's most trusted auto appearance brand, has what your car needs to get that perfect summer shine. Plus, now through May 31st, we'll give you $5 for every $20 you spend on Armor All products. That means car wash pods, protectant, tire shine, you name it. Find out how to get your $5 rebate at armorall.com. Armor All, less work, more clean. Terms apply.
What's up, Man Dog Pod listeners? Thank you so much for tuning in to today's free episode. If you want to hear the full episode, it's available over on our Patreon, patreon.com/You'reTheManNowDog. We've got full episode audio and video for everything we've done, a huge archive of tons of fun stuff with all your favorite comedians. Check it out today. Once again, that's patreon.com/You'reTheManNowDog. Thanks so much, and have a great day.
You are the man now, dog. 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 You are the man now.
Oh, hey guys. I just wanted to say, thanks for letting me stay over at your place while, I was in town.
Yeah.
It's been so nice to just have a home base, not have to deal with like a hotel and all that, and
totally
catch up with you guys. Before I get out of here, I did want to point out something happened to one of the curtains last night. I think it was in the dark. I tripped and it kind of got ripped in a way, and I couldn't find the other piece. But it's sort of that section of the curtain over there.
Yeah, that's a pretty clean square that got ripped out of there.
Damn it!
I'm sorry. Let me know.
That's the one you were like complimenting all night too, right?
Mm-hmm. Which is weird, right? Because it's a beautiful curtain, and I hate for something to happen to it.
Are there sort of scraps of thread or fabric on the ground? Did that come from when you tripped, or where is that from?
So I think it was so dark, right? And I was getting water, and so I had my flashlight open, and I get scared at night, so I had my scissors, and so I was walking to get some water, and I think I tripped, and I just took out the little and the.
Well, where did you get that shirt from? Because it looks a lot like the curtain. Maybe we can get another curtain from the same place.
Which shirt? Oh, this shirt?
Yeah.
Oh gosh, I just feel like
it looks a lot like.
Does it look the same? That's so funny.
Yeah, because we got the curtains from IKEA, but I know they're sold out because I was just there recently. But maybe the place that sells that shirt.
I checked recently at IKEA and I begged them for it, but they just didn't have it. It's so annoying.
Huh.
So I'll have to look up where
right before bed last night, you were like, "I'm not even tired. I'm restless. I can't fall asleep." So this all happened when you were like sleepwalking, or I don't get it.
I think it was like, sometimes when I'm really overtired, I feel like I'm not tired at all. And then I get out my scissors, I get out my needle and thread.
That was such a specific type of lie. Sometimes when I get overtired, you were really performing that.
No.
Did you steal the curtain?
Guys, I just can't find anything in my size these days. And I'm feeling ugly. And I just feel like if I had something that felt
That's a real appeal to our sympathy. It's a very vulnerable thing to say. And I can think of, I don't want to say 100 solutions before stealing our curtain, but I can really think of 100
So
solutions.
You're saying you think I'm an ugly guy.
I got to say, the shirt that you fashioned doesn't really fit you that well.
What the fuck?
It's a cool pattern, but the seamstressing is not done very well. No offense.
Well, I had to do it real fast before you guys woke up. I had to look up some prints online and how to do it.
Yeah, I was going to say the computer is. Oh, there's a bunch of different patterns here. Did you sort of switch horses midstream because there's so many patterns open?
Well, I thought that there was a more fashionable version that had a more flattering cut, and then I realized I just don't have the dexterity for
What's that hanging out of your back pocket?
What?
Is that a bucket hat? Did you make a bucket hat out of the curtain too?
If you look at the bottom of the curtain, I did rip a little corner off because I thought if I felt young, I'd be young.
Okay.
Bucket hats are really in right now.
You know what? I know you've been struggling, and I know that you really I see that you needed to stay here because you're struggling, and so I'm not gonna be that upset at you. But this isn't cool. You can't just steal people's curtains and then wear them.
Man, I really appreciate you guys, and I think you've really been there for me, and I think this is a lesson, right? And if you just give me the rest of that curtain, I can make this right.
Do you want the rest of the curtain? Do you feel like a matching shirt bucket hat is already maybe enough of that pattern in your wardrobe, or you need to add to it?
I think it's maybe just not enough, right? Like if I got some pants going or some shorts.
So you're not talking about making our curtain right. You're talking about making your outfit right.
Making it right. Yeah.
I've never really felt able to say this, but I think I hate you. I think I really hate you.
Good.
I thought you were the one who was on my side.
No, this is
more improv scenes should end with a character being like, "You're a bad part of my life."
Today's the day I cut you out.
Today's the day I cut you out. This is actually the last straw, man.
I feel like it feels good to just initiate a scene where everyone is against me. I have no point of like. I want everyone to hate me and ask me questions.
I remember someone talking about being realistic. Like some teacher was on a crusade about realism back. I was performing in New York, and another teacher who I really respected basically said, "You cannot talk about realism in improv without acknowledging that over 50% of straight men in scenes would and should just leave."
Yeah.
Like, I cannot accept this behavior. Like, what's the wacky cashier doing? I'm not safe. I need to get out of here.
Right. Absolutely.
I need to get out of
in reality, I am very rarely calling anyone out for what they're doing.
Yeah.
Because I'm scared of them all the time.
Yes, I'm either running away. Well, that's it. I'm just running away.
Humoring them until I can diffuse the situation.
Yes.
I do think that's why a lot of improvisers are, may I say, cowards, because it's like the place where you can do that.
You can feel like the righteous anger.
Yeah.
Or like me and my lift here that was a Tesla, and just the guy just talking about every great thing about Teslas and just being like, yeah, sounds good.
As opposed to going like, man, you know, you've been talking about Teslas for the whole 10 minutes we've been in the car. You haven't asked me one thing. Yeah, like that's not the real world. Yeah.
Culturally, people have kind of decided that they don't like Elon Musk, and you're kind of behind right now, sir.
He was talking about how he ordered a Cybertruck in 2021, and it's going to be another 3 years from now before he gets it. And he was like, but I can't wait.
In 3 years, it's going to look even worse than it does now. You know what I mean? It's just the worst, ugliest. And I heard it doesn't really work that well either.
Yeah, right? It seems like it's
I saw one parked not too far from here on the street. And as I pulled around the corner and saw it, I went, gah!
Yeah, they look like future military or something. Like they look very like
retro
assaulting.
Future.
Yeah.
It looks like a thing that would like levitate out of the sky in Dune. You know, where you're like,
totally.
You could look at it and you go, go.
I am happy, I guess, that the like tier of style of person I'm friends with, the people that I do know that do have Teslas, still apologize if you see them. They'll be like, "Yeah, we got a Tesla. Like, sorry,
but I'm not in the club. I'm not in the like social club."
Yeah,
Totally.
But maybe I would rather them just be like, "Yeah, we thought it was cool and we decided to get a Tesla."
There's it's crazy to find a way to like get to the top of the heap branding wise for the necessary move to electric vehicles and then still blow the branding.
Exactly.
Like crazy.
Yeah.
So crazy.
You'd think it would be safe going like, hey, we went electric. Wow, awesome choice. But it's like,
all you had to do was be a normal guy. All you had to do. Right? It could have been so easy.
By the way, folks, those are our guests, Zac Oyama. Hi, Zac.
Hey.
And Brennan Mulligan. Hi, Brennan.
Hey, we're both normal guys.
And we're on the Normal Guys podcast today.
That's right.
I was driving yesterday or whenever recently with my girlfriend, and we were in my car, which has the tiniest display possible. It's a Kia Soul, and it's got this little one. And the car that pulled up next to us was a Tesla with their like huge computer screen.
Yeah.
And I was so jealous. I was like looking in it. He had a map of, it looked like the whole city open.
Oh,
and it was like, man, that
it is massive. It's bigger than like the biggest iPad.
Yeah, totally.
It's truly enormous. I drive a Hyundai Ioniq, which is like a little sort of baby bear, just right in terms of the screen size. I feel like it's like a medium iPad size screen, but it is I feel like I got it becoming a new father because my old car was missing a sun visor. The windows rolled down automatically whenever you started the car. You couldn't stop it.
Good feature. That's a great feature. So if it's raining, you're just going to get some rain for a little bit.
Rain for a little bit, absolutely. And it was I think it was like, it had basically almost 200,000 miles on it. But I was going to drive that thing until the wheels came off. And then having a kid on the way, I was like, all right, time to get a big, safe dad car. The Ioniq is a cool electric vehicle, but just enormous. It's like the car itself is like driving a boat around, which I don't.
Oh my God.
I don't favor.
I'm having trouble picturing it other than, is it Ionic with a Q
Yes.
at the end?
You're picturing the words?
I've seen the word Ionic before.
Yes. I think it's weird that in these electric cars, they put in huge screens because it's like, that's the number one thing that drains your battery on your phone.
Yeah.
So it's like, you would think they would find, I mean, maybe they found a way to do it well, but it's like,
also the big thing with those is like, if the screen fucks up, like you can't change your AC or whatever, you know, like where it's like the more tactile things have less that can go wrong because you don't have a computer in them. And that's where people are like butting up against infotainment kind of stuff in your car because it's like you have to update the software and all that.
Right. It's all deeply frightening. When like all the things that are cool and user friendly have these weird, sinister things in them where it's like, oh my God, I'm streaming all my music, access to all the music in the world. And then you're like, the second this company gets bought, I suddenly don't have, like my entire taste is curated on a platform I don't own. So even the new music that I've discovered, did I write that down on a piece of paper somewhere?
Right.
Will I be able to go find the artists I like? I also think too, I have my family has done a bunch of the 23andMe stuff and then did Ancestry. And then this other company came along, which is like using your genetic material to like deliver health recommendations. And I had to gently tell a family member, I can't have you as a gift for me give my blood to another private company.
It's a little too much.
It's a little too much. I can't have another situation where my genetic material is owned by a corporation that could get sold to a cartoon villain tomorrow. Right. Let's assume they're all great people right now. What happens to the technology when
Happy birthday to Brennan.
Oh, thanks.
Happy birthday to Brennan.
Happy birthday, dear Brennan.
Happy birthday to you.
With the candle, make a wish.
Oh, wow.
Yay.
Happy birthday,
congrats
bud.
on another year, buddy.
I really appreciate it, gang. It's really special. Thanks for making the time, and I don't know, this is very, very sweet.
Yeah, of course. Well, you know, we always, you know, want to celebrate our cousin coming into town and seeing you, and just we don't get to see each other enough, and we want to make your birthday special.
Of course. This is awesome. I rarely get to do like a day out with fam. This is great.
Well, I mean, I don't want to blow the surprise, or I guess it's time. I'm so bad at this.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
We got you something.
No.
It is, you know, I think we just felt like with the marvels in medicine and just all those new companies out there, we just want to get you something that just felt like harnessing, you know, our history and in a way that lets us look back while also looking forward. So we worked with Geneta Corp, and we got you a clone of you. So Brondon.
Hello.
Brondon, come in.
There he is.
Hello, Brennan. I'm Brondon.
We got your blood, of course, and we sent it off, and they made you. They made you one.
I am just like you now.
Okay.
Look at us. 2 twins.
I'm going to vomit.
like a paper copy.
No. It was really cheap too. It was
I gathered, man. Yeah,
$45.
$45?
$45.
You got a clone of me for $45.
Well, there's the ones that raise it from a baby, and it's like, you know, that's a lot of time and effort. And then there's the ones that take a corpse and put your DNA into it, and kind of it's a clone of you, but in a different
overwhelms
body.
the system that's already there.
So you created kind of a genetic chimera with this.
That's your
Brondon?
I'm Brondon. I'm a genetic clone of you.
Okay.
Happy birthday, buddy.
Happy
thanks,
birthday,
guys.
man.
Let's take a picture to commemorate our moment. Put my arm around you.
Okay. God.
Might be a little
so
wet.
cold and strong.
He's got you. He loves you.
Look at that.
No. Get the fuck out of me. What was that? There's like a proboscis came out of his
Leave him
mouth.
alone. He's a baby.
You specifically said it's not the baby one.
Well, he's not. He wasn't grown from a baby, but he has the mind of a baby. Okay.
Why? Why would the reanimated body of a dead man plus my DNA make a baby?
Well, I don't know.
That's the science. We don't understand stuff, but it's like $45. Look at this. You know how you were saying you feel like your life has been so challenging lately. You feel like you have to be in two places at once with work and family and all that stuff. Yeah. Brondon can be there for you. He can get groceries. He can do your errands.
I can go to the store. I can do laundry. Thank you, Daddy.
Yeah. You're just
Why
gonna
is
have
he
to
calling you Daddy?
That's the thing we've been having a lot of trouble with that I am trying to fix.
There's so many things going on here that I'm really I love you guys, but I won't lie. I was kind of wondering when the other shoe would drop. I'm wondering why there's just from the big of this clone is really upsetting to the small of you keep telling me how much you spent on my birthday gift,
$45,
which is unrelated to the genetic stuff, just kind of rude. And how did you get my blood?
Oh, that was almost the easiest part. I would say, yeah. Do you remember when we were we're doing this thing where we're reshooting scenes from movies, and we had to reshoot the scene from Meet the Parents where the guy hits the girl in the face with the volleyball and her nose bleeds, and we're like, we need a little of your real blood for this.
Yeah, we needed you to play that girl.
While we were doing that, we poked you with a little needle and took some of your blood out.
Wait, but you broke my nose for real, and that blood went everywhere.
Once it's out of the body, you're not supposed to use it in that way. And we did. That was a day of.
Can I have $50? I need $50 to go to the store for us.
Okay, Brondon, I'm happy. Why don't I give you? Can I give you?
Brennan, hold on, real fast.
Yeah.
Hey, it's Kaylee Cuoco for Priceline. Ready to go to your happy place for a happy price? Well, why didn't you say so? Just download the Priceline app right now and save up to 60% on hotels. So whether it's Cousin Kevin's Kazoo Concert in Kansas City, go Kevin, or Becky's Bachelorette Bash in Bermuda, you never have to miss a trip ever again. So download the Priceline app today. Your savings are waiting.
Go to your happy place for a happy price. Go to your happy price, Priceline.
What's up, man?
So this is the thing you're gonna learn. Brondon steals. So if you give him $50, you got to tell him exactly what he's buying, and then even then, I don't know.
Even then, what?
He might not. He might say something happened.
He might say something.
Okay, but you
egg noodles. Let's get egg noodles today.
Ooh, fun.
Brondon, hey man, how about this? Do you have a credit? Do you have a credit card? Do you have anything else like that? Because I can reimburse you after you get groceries.
Yes, I just found this one.
Well, that's mine. So hand that back.
Oh, okay.
How did you're kind of cold and leaden in your movements, but you perfectly pickpocketed my credit card out of my wallet.
You probably didn't recognize because I look just like you.
Yeah.
You probably thought I'm getting my own wallet out.
Yeah, I don't know that that's what I would have thought. I feel like maybe that's not what I would have thought, but the how about this? So you were aged rapidly, or no? Your body. Do you have any memories of the you that used to be the dead
I'm
man?
like you, man.
You're not like me, man.
We said it the same.
No, you're okay. Yes, some inflection is the same, but do you have any?
You guys sound exactly the same.
I was born in a lab 6 weeks ago, fully grown, but the baby is in my head.
Now that's what we told him, but he's the reanimated corpse of a magician who committed suicide, and so that explains kind of the sleight of hand. He does still have some of the physical skills.
Does the magician's family...
A dove.
God damn, a full dove.
Whoa.
Incredible, Brondon.
Where is that dove been?
Does the magician's family know that this happened?
Oh yeah, you part of the agreement that you just can't go to like Lithuania or Eastern Europe or anything like that because that's where
they live.
Yeah, and hopefully they'll never come here or find you.
Mm-hmm.
So, what are we all doing tonight?
Yeah,
well, I know we like to go to the lake.
Okay,
what?
We can go.
I had no idea you love the lake.
You love the lake? You love going to the lake at night?
So. I've never told anyone about that.
Oh, you do?
I've never told anyone that I just always feel like at night it would be so romantic and cool to like go to the lake, but I never suggest it because it feels, I don't know, tender.
Wow. Well, that's kind of magical that he knows some of
Brondon.
Yeah, let's go to the lake.
Let's go to the lake.
Take off all our clothes. Hurt somebody.
Whoa. Brondon.
Put them in the water forever.
Sorry, Brondon.
Whoa,
no.
Brennan, what do you want to do at the lake?
I don't want, no, I had a secret thing. I don't want to hurt.
You secretly wanted to hurt people at the lake?
No, I don't want to hurt anyone at the lake.
Only some of the things he likes to do are things that are secretly true.
Yeah, maybe that's the Lithuanian magician who died. I don't know.
Oh my God.
I doubt it. I doubt a Lithuanian magician would like to hurt people at a lake. That feels much more...
We're making generalizations about people in Lithuania who are magicians, I feel like.
No, don't put the crosshairs on me like I said something problematic. You got a dead body from a man who took his own life and used to do magic.
For $45, Brennan.
Yes.
Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday to us. Happy birthday, we're the same.
No.
Let's kill a woman at the lake.
God damn it, Brondon.
Sorry, Brennan. I'm sure that was tough. We looked the same, and that was very real.
Yeah, we got deep in it. There was some character bleed there for sure. For sure.
What's a what you say, proboscis?
Proboscis.
What's
It's
that?
like a nose, right? Or like a...
Yes. So a proboscis is anything that protrudes. In the context there, like a mosquito's sucker is like a proboscis. An alien, the little thing that comes out as a proboscis. Let me make sure that I'm getting that right. That's
how I know it. I think.
I'm gonna believe that. That sounds right.
It does, but it's one of those things where if you throw around a couple of science words,
right,
people will treat you like you're a scientist, and the mistakes you make are being made by a scientist.
Yeah.
So a casual enjoyment of proboscis definition.
Let's see.
Oh, the nose of a mammal, especially when it is long and mobile, such as the trunk of an elephant or the snout of a tapir. In many insects, an elongated sucking mouth part that is typically tubular and flexible.
Tubular.
And then in some worms, an extensible tubular sucking organ.
They're also radical.
So in mammals, it's a nose, and then in insects and other weird bugs and stuff, it's a sucking organ. Like an alien, I know that the little mouth that comes out of the big mouth is a proboscis.
Man.
And now I'm maybe announcing my stupidity. Is proboscis anything? Or am I mixing proboscis and hibiscus?
Hibiscus.
I was just thinking the same thing because of the end of them sound so similar. I can't think of what a hibiscus looks like.
You're thinking of a proboscis monkey, maybe?
I'm sure that's what Dan was thinking of.
Yeah, that must be what I'm thinking of. A pro-Bosch monkey, I think. Is what I'm thinking of.
But he loves the show Bosch.
Yes, exactly.
Yes,
Very
right.
pro.
Proboscis monkeys have these noses that look like...
Oh, those guys.
Oh, I hate them. I hate that
that's a
little nose.
sad-looking nose. That's a weird, like, humanoid, yet not at all.
You don't like that guy?
Oh, my God.
You don't like that guy?
Those are the type of guys that make me a creationist. There's no way we descended from that.
There's no way we descended from that.
What is the genetic advantage to having a nose that looks like that? There's got to be no reason. He's a freak. I'll say it, he's
different
a freak.
noises because of that, or is it like they can breathe differently in some way?
Yeah, it must be.
Let's ask the scientist.
I'm a scientist. The thing about evolution is it doesn't get rid of things that are weird. It only gets rid of things that don't work. So you can get weird things like an appendix, hanging out in your body for thousands of years. You can have painful childbirth, and as long as that childbirth doesn't actually kill, a high enough percentage of the population, it will not be gotten rid of. So evolution just keeps what works. And if some monkey has got a big old schnoz and is there making monkey noises and it doesn't slow him down, it's not going to go away.
Good for them.
You do sound like you're the scientist here. I will say that. I mean,
hey,
you do know way more than me about these.
Where do you find that you get? Do you have like a specific interest in science, or are you just a generally curious person? So you'll like look up any question you have.
I look up any question I have. I do love science, and animal facts were like an early intro. I used to hide under a picnic table at recess reading animal fact cards. But
I love, because what I'm also imagining after that is you like kind of announcing them to people as a kid.
Yeah.
And I really love those kids.
It's just I love them. I love weird animal facts. And I think also the thing is people will be like, whoa, are you like an expert about that? And it's like, no, I probably have heard the same amount of animal facts as you. I think I just have a recall.
Right.
Like it's not actually like I've committed serious study. It's just like, oh, we're talking about, like, I use the word proboscis. Where have I heard that before? Oh, I've heard it in these. Like, it's just I talked with my wife about that, where it's not like I'm a scholar. It's just I've got a pretty good memory for
your
that
mind
stuff.
palace.
You and Alex Berg should do like an improv show where you just kind of say things like that to each other.
Why do these scientists do comedy? Yeah.
I love it.
That would be really funny.
Unfortunately, that's what I have, but for like 90s song lyrics and pop culture specifics, which doesn't feel as powerful. You don't feel as impressive or it doesn't come up as often, where it's like, what was the chorus to Kryptonite? And it's like, oh, I know that. I guess everyone knows the chorus. It's a bad example. But
crazy, then will
you still
is that the word?
If I go crazy, will you still call me?
If I feel crazy.
I feel crazy.
Feel crazy.
Feel crazy and go crazy are about as different. Go crazy is like a descent into madness, and feel crazy is like, this house is a mess.
Hey, you're Superman.
Hey, you're Superman.
Thank you. I was feeling crazy.
I was feeling crazy.
Here's the big thing going on in the world for me and Ryan is we've both been to the gym 1 to 3 times in the past week.
Let's go.
I can't believe we haven't talked about it yet.
We're back at the gym.
Yep.
I am back in my kind of ever present battle with the elderly of the Greater Glendale area for a lane in the swimming pool.
Yeah.
You've been back twice, and it's picked up right where it left off.
I was in there yesterday, and generally, like, since coronavirus, it's supposed to be one person per lane, but people don't really respect that. That's fine. I can split a lane with one other person. But usually you ask, and you're like, hey, can we split this lane and whatever, and how are we going to do it? And just yesterday, 2 guys just got in my lane and were kind of standing in the middle of it. Like, not really exercising, just having a conversation.
And you're already doing laps.
And I'm doing laps in it and whatever. And I'm like, I'll be...
crazy behavior.
It fuels me. It's like a great anger fueler.
Does that make you swim longer and faster?
It makes me swim faster and shorter. It makes me really want to get out of there. Because like, I'm too non-confrontational, but also upset right now.
This is a crazy recommendation, but what if you just swam right into them? Just show them, like, this is a swimming lane and you're standing in it. It's just like, I wouldn't hit someone in traffic, but you can't just stand in the middle of the street. It's dangerous.
I just splashed a little bigger when I went by them. Maybe that gave them the signal. But a direct run-in would be an intense moment, I think.
Do you have goggles? You wearing goggles?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you're the professional there.
Take them out.
Take them out.
Take them out.
I appreciate the permission.
You guys can do this anywhere else.
Yeah.
I'm going to take you out next pass.
That's awesome. I got in the water for the first time. I was like, weirdly hadn't gone swimming in a couple of years. I used to love to go swimming constantly, and took a couple of years off for whatever reason, and got back in the water. It was like I was going to the ocean when I was like 26 or 27, and I got back in at like 33, and I sank to the bottom like a stone. I don't know what it was, but I just was like, this didn't used to be this hard. I think that I've noticed this recently too, because I do work out, but I also am like a new father. I'm like not sleeping, and I'm eating a lot, because when you don't sleep, you get really big appetite, and I've just become all around much bigger. Like not only have it's like post-holiday got bigger, but like across the shoulders and across the back, my shirts don't fit anymore. And I think I just put on a lot more muscle, which is a lot heavier.
You got dad strength.
I got dad strength. I truly believe that even me of 7 years ago, I could catch, kill, and eat. But the difference is I would need to sleep for 2 days. I would go, in killing my younger self. Afterwards, I would be like, okay, I successfully killed 26-year-old me. I was stronger than him. But now I did something weird. He didn't even do it to me. I did something weird in my tailbone, and I'm going to be horizontal for a week.
Yes, totally. I feel more capable, but also you're closer to death. It's stronger and more. Yeah, I don't know. It's
everything goes into power and comes out of resilience.
Yes.
Yeah, truly.
Oh, so interesting.
You need to look into who's hiring you to kill your younger self. It might not be as above board as you think it is.
Might be Brondon.
I feel it the most in improv shows, where it's like I'll do a physical thing that should be so easy, and I will just break my neck will just like tighten up in a way that's like, oh, that's a week now of laying down.
I do it when I'm like trying to get something out of the back seat of the car, and that kind of like twisting my body in a way that is completely unsupported, and maybe lifting something up slightly too heavy in that way. I get like these little like, ooh, that's tweaked for about a week.
Yeah. I was clearing out a basement with my brother, just like clearing a bunch of junk. It was 5.5 tons of junk. We waited at the dump. You had to weigh it at the dump. It was an unbelievable amount of junk. And we got it all out of a basement that was you couldn't stand up all the way in it. And again, I was like, I've never been physically stronger, but I would wake up in the morning and be like, I remember being like, a full night's sleep is literally full restoration to health. I am a new person the next day. And I would wake up and be like, all of the stress injuries from yesterday are still here. What do you mean I have to pay for that? What do you mean? I used to get all of this on credit, and now I pay for every piece of it.
Totally.
What do you think like LeBron James feels like with all the recovery stuff he has?
I bet he feels fucking great.
Yeah.
I bet he always feels really great.
Yeah.
I bet. And that's what I'm seeking.
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll see his body and I'll be like, that's what I want to look like.
Have you ever
heard
guy
who spent his entire life getting strong?
There's like something he's like, he spends $1 million a year on his body.
Yeah.
Like just like on his health or whatever, which is like so crazy. There's got to be a way to do it without $1 million.
I've repeated that a bunch, and finally someone was like, what do you mean?
Yeah.
And I was like, you're right to ask that, because I actually have no idea what that means.
Probably means like trainers, like massages and like physical therapist type stuff.
Plunge in his house.
Plunge, like a cold bodysuit. Like a hot bodysuit.
I think spending $1 million on your body at the level of achievement that LeBron James has, I think you get there fast.
Yeah, $100,000 a month.
You're talking about how much labor. If it's physical therapists, massage therapists, chefs. That's also part of your body. How many times do you eat per day? What's your food budget like? Spending $1 million on your body if you wanted to go to these super premium like services that aren't advertised because there's no point in advertising them. You need to be so rich to afford them that they'll just call you when you can afford them.
And if you work for LeBron, you're making over $100,000 a year. So everyone that works for him, he's probably paying a lot of money.
Half of that could just be a handful of staff members.
He might be spending $2 million a year.
I've talked to myself. I think he's spending $1 billion a year.
I tweaked my back the other day dipping hummus. Like it was just like 1 inch too far. Like I reached across the table and I was like, yeah.
But also it's the thing that pisses me off is there's no rhyme or reason to it. The other day I had like a stroller, 3 bags, a box, something else, and I'm sprinting down the block to get to this thing because people are about to get to the house, and I'm trying. And fine. And then the day I was like, oh, I'm fixing a thing. I have my Leatherman out and I'm fixing something under a chair, and I left my phone a little bit far, but I don't want to scoot all the way out. So I'm just going to reach, click, and you go.
Yes. That's the key. Any movement that's like behind is really bad.
Yeah.
If I truly believe that I could, 1-to-1, I feel formidable if there was a physical contest, as long as they weren't allowed to not be directly in front of me. So any degree to either side, I'm ruined. Absolutely. If I have to turn, forget it.
And the fight has to be 30 seconds or less. It has to be 1 feet of strength, and that's it.
If you go back and watch the fight choreography in the original Taken with Liam Neeson, it is the funniest old man dad fighting in the world. I watched that movie and I went like, I don't think he has bent at the waist one time.
It's like the kind of Born Identity quick cuts of just a old man slapping shit right in front of his face.
He's literally just trudging forward, slapping terrorists to death. It's
so funny.
That's from
all
my
they
daughter.
have to do is bend down 1 foot.
Bend down 1 foot, hit the ground. He can't get you. Yeah. I don't think he has the dexterity to kick.
No way. It would break his hip.
A very funny character in Taken that I always think about is the guy who initially takes them, who's just like a French guy at the airport. He's like, hey, we are California girls. I wish they all could be That's the evil terrorist that like they immediately get caught.
Immediately.
Yeah, he's like so talented, but he didn't train his daughter to have like 1 ounce of understanding of like who to trust in the world.
Who to trust, and he was like a cab. He's like revealed to be evil like slightly later, but it's just such a funny character of the guy who hangs out the airport just looking to kidnap people.
Yeah. All right, fellas. So this is for the new action film that we're making with Harrison Ford, and this is kind of the guy that ends up who kills his wife at the beginning. You all know this, but No Choice is too big. You know, some of the great villains of history. Don't worry about it. And we'll read through it. So excited to see everybody. I know most of you, so this is gonna be great.
Cool. Thanks.
Great. Exterior warehouse night. As the moon sails over the Manhattan skyline, our protagonist, Detective Jack Spratt, closes in on the shadowy villain in the corner.
They must be somewhere around here. I'm gonna kill that son of a bitch.
Okay, just look. It's under one of these cards. One of these cards. Remember, follow the P. Wherever the P is, that's where you win. Where's it going? Where's it going? Where's it going? Here's it going. Here it is. Here it isn't. Here it is. Here it isn't. And
I think that's it.
We pull out to reveal a 3-foot-tall circus ringleader engaging in 3-card Monte, hidden in the shadows of the warehouse. We pull back and watch as Jack descends on him.
All right, where is he? Where is he? Where is he? Where's the P? Where's the P?
Right there.
Oh, better luck next time.
Dad?
$15.
Dad, are you here?
Honey, quiet.
Hey, sorry, Jeff. I just want to say, because I love the script so far. The villain is a tiny little ringleader.
And he's also a crime ringleader. So he's a circus ringleader and a crime
Like a ringleader.
Yes.
Ooh, I thought I was going to get a note there for a second.
No, I don't want to stop the flow right in the middle. I'm just looking at a lot. Okay, this says he jumps on a unicycle, twiddles his mustache, fires fireworks in the air, and catches Jack in a butterfly net.
Yeah. Really excited for this stuff. I guess production, we'll do a quick note just while we're thinking about it. I know that, of course, the way they did Toulouse-Lautrec with Leguizamo was just on his knees in Moulin Rouge. So maybe we'll do on his knees. Maybe we'll edit him to be 3 feet tall like Hugh Grant in the most recent Wonka. But does that answer your question?
Yeah, well, it's not a production. It's sort of a creative and sort of are we doomed? Is the project doomed?
I think it's really cool. I think it's like one of those 80s villains, where it's like they have a whole other thing. Yeah. You know what I mean? And the audience wants to be taken back to that time where movies are fun again. Yeah. And I think the circus character makes it really fun.
I love the defense. This shouldn't be fun at all. This is a pretty serious character, and it should be taken
I did get
serious.
That note. Shoot.
But I do love the defense. I do think there's no choice too big, but at the end of the day, we don't want to treat this like some silly movie. I don't want to be the next Madam Web. We want to take ourselves really seriously here.
Of course.
And just real quick, it's me, John Leguizamo playing the daughter, and I love to stretch as an actor. It's just kind of not mentioned that I'm Harrison Ford's daughter, and I'm just wondering if we're.
Yeah, of course, Mr. Leguizamo originally auditioned for the circus character. We cast somebody else.
Because in Spawn, I played a pretty scary little circus clown.
Yeah. We wanted to make room for you in the movie, though, and so this was kind of the role that felt open.
I love the wig, by the way. I think it plays.
Yeah, I've always wanted to be a redhead,
I just am kind of freaking out here. I was really nervous today about the table read, and this is about as badly as it could go. We're only a couple lines in, and people have a lot of issues
Frank,
with the
can
script.
I talk to you for a second? I just want to I don't want to do this all at the table. Hey, you fucked us, man.
No.
Yeah, you fucked us, man. What the fuck is going on?
Trust me. Just trust me. There's some exciting action in
I
here.
thought I didn't even recognize that was John Leguizamo.
Awesome. That's perfect.
No, it's fucked, Frank. No, it's absolutely fucked. What the fuck are you talking about?
Okay. I think that I think maybe that some of the heart of the movie will pull you back in. Maybe we can just jump forward a little bit to find some heart.
The actor who's playing your villain, I don't recognize from any. I don't even know what he's been in, but he's absolutely terrified of getting a note. He's visibly shaking over there, man. We're.
I hear a little dribbling under the table.
Hey, if anybody has wet themselves or whatever, it's not a big deal.
Tommy Lee Jones is in the corner. He hasn't said one thing. Is he in the movie?
You're in for quite a pleasant surprise with Tommy Lee. Quite a pleasant surprise with Tommy Lee.
He's the key grip?
Quite a pleasant surprise. And it's not a character. He's going to be on set kind of giving us some of his... Obviously, physically, it's going to be challenging. It's a pretty demanding job. But look, I have put a lot of my money and yours into this, and I really think that it's about changing the way movies are seen. I think people will be shocked by what we're doing.
I think they will be shocked by what we're doing as well. Okay.
Mr. Leguizamo, just enough pizza for everybody. Let's just make sure everybody gets a little slice there.
What? I can't have 8 pieces?
Okay, he's being like the pest again. This is funny.
I knew we'd get a little Pistario here, but look, did you ever remember when we were coming up?
Yeah.
Did you ever think we'd be in a room with John Leguizamo, Tommy Lee Jones, Mark Donger, who I've really...
He's got to go to the hospital, man. He's got to go to the hospital.
Am I doing a good job? Yes, please say yes.
Yes.
Thank you, John.
Immediate
Okay.
shift.
Thank you, John.
shift.
John,
Yeah,
I didn't want to say this. I've been really needing your approval today.
Oh.
You obviously look so great. You really
Thank you.
embody the role of the younger woman.
Do I? I was curious.
Absolutely. Young redhead. I'm glad you kept the mustache. You look great.
I'm supposed to be 16 years old.
But I think that's what's beautiful about this. Like, people want to go back to the movies again. People want to suspend their disbelief really far. That's what people want.
Absolutely. I'm with you, Mark. So let's go again. And maybe he's not Australian.
Oh.
Oh God! Oh God! Get a belt in his mouth! Get a belt in his mouth! John, what do you think of the accent? John Leguizamo, stop eating pizza! Call 911!
See?
Thank you. I couldn't do it anymore.
This went exactly as I wanted it to. I had a nice time. I laughed a lot. And I was happy to have our guests here. Zach, where can people find you and what would you like to plug?
Gosh, I am online. I have online handles that I may or may not use at Zac Oyama. And then on top of that, you can find me doing a show with this lovely man over here called Dimension 20 on Dropout, where I'm pointing it at Brennan for our audio listeners. And then just sort of a sweeping motion at the other two lovely men that that actually I recently recorded an arc of Rotating Heroes with, the Patreon podcast that I do with Jasper William Cartwright. But I DM'd it. And so that's maybe a little spoiler.
So fun.
Is that a spoiler? Yeah, whatever. Well. It's a spoiler. And that will be out after the next. I mean, that'll be out pretty soon, actually. So maybe it's not a spoiler. So those are the two things.
Sweet.
Brennan, anything you'd like to plug?
Same. You can catch me and Zach hooting and hollering it up over Dimension 20, make some noise. Over on dropout.tv. You can find me at Brennan Lee Mulligan on Instagram or at Brennan LM on Twitter. And you can check out the podcast Worlds Beyond Number.
Ooh, yeah.
Which is a podcast, a D&D actual play podcast.
Check them all out. You know these guys, you love them. And as far as we are going, Ryan and I will be in Westerly. Maybe that's where I got the name for those brothers.
I was thinking, yeah.
Rhode Island, doing a show with Some Grande, and we'll be doing improv workshops as well. So if you'd like to do what you heard here, you can take a workshop with us. And anything else, Ryan?
I think we're going to be adding a couple shows back there as well. So stay tuned to hear when those land, I guess.
Yes. If you're, let's just say if you're in the Northeast area, you might see us.
That's right. Woo. Thanks so much to Trent and Oliver for all of our editing, and Casey Traylor for our theme song, and Annie Wu for our logo, and all of our listeners and supporters. We appreciate you. Thanks for keeping us going.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Woo!
What's up, Man Dog Pod listeners? Thank you so much for tuning in to today's free episode. If you want to hear the full episode, it's available over on our Patreon, patreon.com/You'reTheManNowDog. We've got full episode audio and video for everything we've done, a huge archive of tons of fun stuff with all your favorite comedians. Check it out today. Once again, that's patreon.com/You'reTheManNowDog. Thanks so much, and have a great day.